Chapter 4, Section 2 talks about the characteristics of metals. So we've mentioned a little bit in the first section about this, but metals make up the majority of the periodic table, so they're pretty important. They have a shininess to them, or a metallic luster, it's called. They're also good conductors of both heat and electricity, and the reason they're such good conductors is because they have what's called a sea of electrons, which means that their electrons are delocalized or free to move around throughout a metal in all directions. So for instance, say this is a sheet of aluminum foil. And each of these little circles represents an aluminum atom, and the little red dots are the electrons. These electrons don't have to stay only with the atom that they go with. They're able to float around throughout this whole sample of the metal, and because those electrons are allowed to move, the electricity or the current is able to conduct well through them, and as opposed to the electrons being stuck in one location and only being able to conduct from that location. So that's a sea of electrons. Some other characteristics of metals is that they are ductile and malleable. Ductile means that they can be drawn into a wire, and malleable means they can be hammered or rolled into sheets. An alloy is a compound. It can be either a solid or a liquid solution that contains two or more metals, and sometimes some nonmetals are thrown in as well, depending on the type of material you're trying to make. So for instance, like stainless steel is made of iron and chromium, and then sometimes nickel or manganese is added as well to give it that strength. A lot of times jewelries will be made in alloys because metals are very soft, so sometimes we need to provide a non-metal as well in order to give it a little more rigidity. And finally, the symbols of metals are written as if they were monatomic. So iron, we would just say Fe, mercury, just Hg. These gold coins here, we would just say Au. But when in reality, these metals are actually many, many other metal atoms all attached together in a crystal structure. This coin itself is not just one giant gold atom, it's many gold atoms together, but to simplify, we generally just write them as if they were monatomic.